It's recording now.
So in our last, we met on Tuesday at noon, and we discussed our leadership roles and who was going to be in charge of stuff. And then we had the misunderstanding of the fact that we had to go over the descriptions that we had submitted it within our group. And so we tried to meet on Thursday, and we were all unable to meet, but we're meeting now. And Sarah has to work, but she has already submitted for her thoughts on all of our documents, and we're all still going to work together to combine them. But right now we're discussing our job roles and the descriptions and gonna combine them as one.
Yeah.
Okay. I do like an overcap for her.
Yeah.
And it was 20 minutes to get on the website. So
Yeah.
12:05, even though I'm just making sure that we get everything for all of our roles. So when you guys were understanding the fact that for our roles themselves, how do we submit that? Do we submit it as like, do we all come together and give each other like everything that we've said, like the times, the discussions, the summaries, and then do we come back and then submit it the same thing, or do we submit like,
I think we each submit our own thing.
and then we all just communicate everything that we've received, or we just do like team leader, I'll do this, recorder just does this, and
I think for it says the recorder, I'll submit the YouTube link, so I'll post the video and submit the YouTube link, and then
And then I will, yeah. And then for me, then I will be taking like what time we begin and end, and like the notes, like the main points.
and so
and then
What
as
I'm doing.
I make sure everyone turns in their stuff before midnight tonight.
Yeah, and then
okay,
yeah, she mentioned that the last person should be the one to hit submit. So
because
yeah, so the last person.
okay, so
Okay.
now I just like go in and like kind of like lay out it all, but for team leader, I'm like, do I just submit the document we're working on? Like, because it doesn't really like, all it says is
Really?
team leader runs the meeting and keep discussion on task. But I'm like, how do you even like go into detail for that? Because I'm pretty sure my job is to make sure everything gets submitted, and then I make sure the document, like the end result's supposed to be submitted too. So would
Yeah.
that be submitted onto that with all the information for the, like when we go in and put like save draft? Like will that be submitted under there with that?
I think so. So we all
I think
we would submit
so.
one thing.
Yeah,
Okay.
because we all have to submit our own thing, and then we also have to separately submit like a self-reflection description.
How do you guys think about sort of like a layout as if how it's presented in the job description, like for team job description, like the layout of everything you're supposed to talk about, how it goes like group leader and then like dash and like explains that? Like, should we do it like that, like leader stuff at the top and then like go in order of that and like everybody's information be like lined up the way she lines it up? Do you get what I'm
Yeah.
getting at? Like,
Yeah.
say I would go first and I'd jump on the like submission place and I'd like put all of our roles, and then everybody like jumps on and then fills out their spot, and that way we'd be able to control like and notice if things are missing instead of being like, hang on, let me read all this and figure out like who's not put something. Like that way it's just like straight there and laid out.
Yeah, because it has 1 through 4. Like the first one is the recorder, so it's the minutes. Second is the interview questions and responses. And
Where are
then
you reading this?
It's on the unit 2, the team interview questions.
So this will be next week, correct?
Oh, is this next week's one?
The interview questions.
So I've been looking at the wrong one.
Because we're in unit 1, we're on number 14, job descriptions. This would be the primary purpose of this assignment is to complete a communication project as a part of a team, which is like talking about our roles and then talking about the job descriptions as we write it as a whole. So it'd be submitted under there, where job qualifications and descriptions.
I think our goal is to do the final description of the jobs and what it will look like. I think that's what our goal is for this week, and then next week is what Alexander is looking at, which is the 5 question, which I didn't look at that yet, but it did give me heads up though.
I wish we could share our screens on here so we could like show the documents,
Yeah.
like if we like highlighted stuff.
Yeah.
So I went through and on your Ms. Melinda, I went through and I like highlighted the part that you were talking about, like executing the project while also considering the estimated cost of the project, and then being creative under skills and communicate and collaborate with other contractors, and communication and leadership skills. And I also highlighted the according to the American Society of Landscape Architects, because like that was it wasn't just like you put the number, you actually like put where the source was from within the text. And then on
Yeah.
Sarah's, I highlighted the analytic skills, communication skills, creativity, technical skills, and visualization. And which one of you mentioned the CADD skills, the like
I think
computer.
that was Sarah. Yeah, Sarah mentioned the She mentioned the CADD, computer design drafting.
I took that too from hers too. I haven't looked at yours yet, Alex, but hang on. Sorry, my toddler just like busted in through the door. So, Alex, personally, what do you feel are yours that is like your strong point? Okay. I mean, the topic we're doing is essentially learning, like all of ours have listed exactly almost the same things.
Yeah. 'Cause I'm trying to pull.
Let me look at yours and look.
Yeah, because I sent it. Did you get it? Because I sent it. Because I thought I sent it or replied to, but I guess no one got it. It said I sent it, but then I resent it today.
I mean, I did read Alexander's earlier, 2 days
I
ago.
haven't read it yet because I was like, why can I not get on this group call right now?
Oh. This is a whole mess.
So in terms of format, do you think no bullet points, bullet points?
I would say bullet points.
Because Sarah said no bullet points. I think bullet points too. You can actually see them.
Bullet points.
And she said like no bullet points, and when I went back, I went through mine, the one I resubmitted to you guys, where I like was combining the information. I removed the bullet points, but to actually just like glance at it, it's so difficult to pinpoint like the details, which I feel like job descriptions should be like very clear, you know?
Yeah, I'd say bullet points.
So bullet points.
Yeah, bullet points, because she mentioned to use bullet points, so that's what I was doing.
That's what I did originally too, and then as soon as I removed them, I was like, I don't really. It just like looked almost off. So what role is Sarah again? You're a recorder, and Lindsay, you're.
She's supposed to be the evaluator, right?
She is, okay.
From what I got,
Wait, because are you summarizer or meeting organizer?
and then I'm the recorder of the meeting's minute, right? That's what I
And
was
then
told.
I'm the meeting organizer. The third one.
And then Alexander is the organizer, which is like he's YouTube recording.
Okay, so
And what I got
Sarah's
from.
the evaluator.
Okay, so Sarah would be the one that recaps, correct? She's a summarizer.
Yeah, but I can do that. I can like recaps as well,
You want
because because I'm taking notes.
Yeah, because I know that like if one of us isn't here to do the role, one of us has to pick it up, and I want to make sure all of us are not affected by like.
Yeah, so I'll just I'll do Sarah's, because I'm like already like I feel like because I'm already recording and I'm already taking notes and taking the main points, and I can just like afterwards and I can like summarize it and then I'll send it.
Together. So I'm gonna look at yours really fast, Alex. So I want to just like, did you got are you guys okay with the layout that I have on mine with like the F18
Yeah,
format that we have?
yeah. No, we're yeah. I think we're supposed to have it like that, which I didn't know because I looked at yours like, wait, oh, and then I
I,
looked on the side and I was like, okay, so we are supposed to have that layout.
I originally submitted it without that, and she like commented on it in the grading and was like, "It's great, but you have to use the F18 template." And so like I just put it on there. Um, I feel like with all the documents and stuff we keep getting from this class, I just keep losing everything. Uh,
And I was thinking here too because some things match and some things don't. I was like, oh, okay, all right. Because I saw that on the exam, you could take it like 3 times, and then Alexander was saying that he emailed the professor saying that you could do unlimited. I was like, oh, okay. So it's just like some of those like little wordings that kind of trips me.
a good amount of times.
Yeah, that's what I emailed her because it says 3, and then
Yeah.
she sent it like last week, and she said it was unlimited amount of attempts. So I emailed her. I said it says it's 3 attempts, and then it says unlimited. I said which one is it? And she said it was unlimited.
With the what's it called? With the checkpoint A and B, I went through and I did them properly. Like I did them with what I figured I was going to do at the end of the semester, but my grades were both like 9 out of 10, and I was like, I'm confused because these are all options. And so I went back and I like put the right one for both of them, which 10 out of 10 was like both taking the 75 question. She emailed me and she was like, you need to go back in and change it because the grades, there's no grades correlated to it. She just has to put grades for the system to pick it up. And I was like, okay, like I can go back in and fix it, but there's only 2 attempts. So I think she has to like set it up with attempts, even though there really are no like an amount on them.
So what is that? I haven't done that.
You haven't? So the checkpoint A and B, I thought it was gonna be like super hard assignments, but it's literally you for checkpoint B, you put what you do for you're gonna do for the final because you know how you have to take 2 finals to receive an A.
Yeah.
And so the on there don't count, so don't change your answer because of the grade, because that's what I did, and then she had to go back in and fix it. So you just put the 2 things that you're gonna do to receive an A, or if you're gonna get a B, like if you want a B, you just go in and do the B1. But
Where's that at?
they're pretty simple. It's,
Oh, okay.
left
Where's
bar
the-
under Unit 4, there's A and B grade options, and then you go to checkpoint A1, and then you do the B option and then the A option.
Oh, okay, I gotcha.
Okay.
All right, I'll do that after this.
Okay. Did you view, Melinda, you said you saw Alex's?
Wait, say it again.
Saw Alex's landscaping thing?
Yeah, I did. I saw because it was Thursday when we were able to we were on the
Yeah.
blackboard. I told
Oh
him
yeah.
that I got his document and I did look at it too.
I like your top part of it. You know how you like yours is really like talking about the landscaping job as like our job personally, while I think most of us use it as just like describing landscape architecture.
Yeah.
And so
No, I read it too. I said, okay, I think I like my top part because it sound very fluid, and then I really liked Sarah's description of qualifications, and then I like your description about the planning and the engineering because I didn't mention that in mine because I wasn't really sure we should be talking about it or not, but I really like that part. And then for Alexander, I really like his descriptions too.
like at the top. Yeah, both
Yeah.
of you both about it
Yeah,
as
I
like,
like both of our descriptions.
so would you guys be okay if I like combined both of yours together? And then I already took the you said qualifications for Sarah's, right? Because
Yeah,
Sarah
I like
actually the bachelor's and master's, I like forgot to put that. I put like that you had to have the license, but I forgot to put the fact that you obviously need a degree. But so I took that already over, and then I'm gonna combine your guys' descriptions and then remove my description from it. So it's pretty much just gonna be like how it's supposed to be, like a combination of all of ours.
Yeah, that
Okay.
works. Yeah,
Yeah,
that's fine.
because that way, like everybody has like a little bit of everything. Because I think I noticed that everybody had like a stronger point in one area, and then I think it's good, like in a way we all kind of combined it together, and it worked. I think it's
Yeah.
working well. Yeah.
Okay, so I'll take the out from mine in the you said what did you say about mine?
I said for yours that I really like your duties description when about like you talking about the clients and the engineering and the planning because I thought that was really good. Yeah.
Yeah, so we'll do that, and then I'll move you guys' over to the top part because mine literally is like as a landscape architect. Like it had like no personal level at all. It was pretty much just like a generic description. And then I already went in and added at the bottom of my education part, I have like the all states require landscape architects to be licensed, and then all 50 states, blah, 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 blah. And then at the bottom, I added the bachelor's or master's in landscape architecture and at least 1 year of internship, which is from Sarah's. And then I also added skills, the CADD software knowledge under IT skills and using simulators to create blueprints. And then I changed the hours because you guys all put 40 hours, and I don't know why I chose to put 37 hours. So I changed that to I don't know where I even got that number from, but one of the websites said that.
I was looking at like I was looking at like 3 or 4 different websites, deciding which one I should cite from, and they were all really different. That's why I said, I think I said like between 40 to 50 because I feel like a range. It was all different from different websites. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean that's the same thing with the salary thing. So I extended my. Sorry, I'm like over here clicking the pen. That's super annoying. I extended the salary thing because I noticed you put 70,000 annually, but I wanted to go in and make sure it stated that the first year, like the first level, because that's what it says on there, and so then I added like you can go up to this house because I noticed that all the other 3 it was like 30 to 50.
Yeah.
And then, so the other question is do I move all of you guys' citations over, like, to the bottom of the list, like, where all of mine would be, like, I feel like we have to combine them. I feel like that's something just on.
Yeah, I would just add them all.
I'm just going to, like, copy, because it'd be so difficult to go through.
But I do notice that we all cite differently. So I think we're going to have, because I cited, I think in a different way, like the way you're supposed to cite afterwards or reference. If you guys look at my citations, then it's a little bit different. I didn't like copy and paste it. I did like the supposedly proper way. So I don't know how you guys want to do that too. Or I can like do the citation and fix it up because I can do that really quick too.
Okay, so do you want to do citations of everybody's and then email them to me, and then I'll copy them over, and then I'll move all of the information over?
Yeah, okay, I'll do the proper citation then. How about that? Because for me,
and then
I'll do the proper citation.
Also for the YouTube thing, since Alex, you're in charge of posting it on YouTube, are none of us responsible for posting it on YouTube anymore?
I don't know.
It's so confusing to me. Like, there's so many little details of things we have to do, but then all of a sudden everything's doing shifted.
Yeah, we all used to have to post it.
See, okay, I'm confused. So, okay, I know that Alexander is supposed to post it on YouTube. So, yeah, kind of like what you said, Natasha. Like, are we supposed to do individual posting too?
I know, because then I feel like if we all post it too, then we're taking away from the fact that we have job descriptions. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because, like, when
maybe it's just Alexander who does the YouTube video, right?
I feel like we should all tomorrow, or not tomorrow, geez, not tomorrow, let's not do this tomorrow. today we should all post a YouTube channel on our pages, and I'll email her confirming if we all have to email it, and like state that we do know that you are in charge of posting on YouTube, but we were unsure if we all have to post it again, and then next week we can go from there and like actually do it however she wants us to do.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Mhm.
that works.
But I mean, then again, if we are posting it all on the same discussion board, like how we have to save drafts, you would post the YouTube link. So pretty much, wouldn't it just have to be one YouTube link? Because you.
Yeah, see, that's the thing where see, I'm kind of confused on that part, but I'm thinking that she only wants one person to record and put it up. That's what I'm thinking. Like,
That's what I'm thinking
because
too.
like from my perspective, just like it wouldn't really make sense if all of us just kind of like post it up, and it'll be kind of confusing because it's not just our group; it's multiple groups.
Yeah.
So we'll do like the whole like leader, summarizer, recorder, whatever like way it is, and then like you post the YouTube link under like that next to that part. Like you're supposed to have it, and that's how I'm personally taking it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I agree.
I really hope that's how that's supposed to go. So, in terms of like going back on talking about the paper itself, so we'll use YouTube's description. Sarah, I already listed to you guys all the things that I copied on hers, and Sarah had already talked about the things, and we do all agree that we're going to have bullet points, correct?
Mhm.
Yes.
So bullet points, and then you'll do the citations, Melinda, and then besides that, that's pretty much like all that's left to that,
Okay.
because I'm most of our stuff is like correlated together. It just
Yeah.
was worded different. So I just like pretty much went through and just like added the little details of wording.
Yeah, but I actually thought that all of our job description was pretty good because like I noticed that like everyone had their strong points and their weaker points, and then like when I looked at all of ours, it's like okay, it actually kind of like it really did like flow pretty good.
Yes,
So,
I'm gonna probably take majority most just from you two for the description, because you guys actually made it into a personal thing, not just like a Google description of what that job is. And then I might at the bottom add like more of a definition line to it. And so like the first part is like talking like as our company, like this is the way we're doing, and at the bottom it's like a very like thin thing about like actually what that job is. So kind of adding me and Sarah into the bottom of yours. So then it's like
okay.
actually like all numbers. Okay.
Yeah, that works.
So I think so we started at 11:26, correct? Or
Mhm.
12:26.
Yeah.
6, and then okay. I feel like this is like so, and like there's so many details that we have to remember to get, that I feel like eventually one of us is gonna like miss like the slightest things. Like
Yeah. I'm just trying to double check everything we have to do.
I keep
Yeah.
like having to go back reading the job descriptions and everything, because I'm just like there's so much to it, and all of the units, and then like units have multiple sections under it. Then as soon as you open that, like is way more information. Like there's just like so many details.
So each
Yeah,
of us
there's a
have
lot of details,
reflection.
definitely.
Wait, what did you say, Alex?
It says the self-reflection. We each have to.
Oh yeah. It doesn't respond to it.
Yeah, so for the self-reflection, then each of us individually would have to
Put that in a
do
document.
a separate document and then post it on as well.
We have to do group things. We have to do other assignments. We have to also go in and do specific individual things, and then we have to do the group thing in the exact same assignment. That is
Yeah,
insane.
that's what
I
we're
feel like there's
supposed
so
to
many.
do.
So pretty much for the part where it says what did you contribute to the final products is pretty much everything we were just talking about, is the breakdown of it.
Yeah.
So I might honestly also, I'm going to send her like an official document of it, but I think I'm going to go in and before I submit that one, I'm going to go through and highlight in different colors all of the information that came from specifically ours, so she doesn't have to like really thoroughly go through it and be like, yes, everybody's information was included in here. Like that won't be our actual document, but just like as a way that she can view it easier.
Yeah, that's a good
Because
idea.
I already have it highlighted anyway, because that's how I got the information off of you guys, is I went through and like highlighted it. So I feel like that would just be a good way to make sure like none of us fall through on points, like even though we all have done the work, but it could be hard for her to like be like, okay, yes, all 4 of these people did this like thoroughly. So
Okay.
and then a recap, because that would be Sarah's responsibility right now, correct?
Yes.
Summarizer, yeah.
Yeah. So
Do you want
yeah, so
to do that?
Sarah would probably have to recap, which I can do that because I'm recorder for the meeting. And then I'm not sure because Sarah hasn't respond back to anything, so I really don't know. Or unless, do you guys know anything about Sarah? Um,
Her last
I just
email, what did she say?
She had to go to her job, I'm pretty sure. Isn't that what she said?
Yeah, I think so. She had something like
okay.
come
But
up last minute.
so the thing is so for example, like if I'm Sarah and I'm the summarizer and she goes through and she talks about, like, say right now she's like summarizing this everything we've talked about, does she go into that bottom part where we submit the stuff and then she like recaps everything summarized in that part?
I think so.
Yeah, I'm assuming yes.
Yeah, I think
See, this
so.
is the one thing I don't enjoy about group work, is like the fact that we literally have to pick up all the other pieces from other people, which I don't mind at the same time, because it's like group work, but at the same time you're like, you don't know your teammates that well, that you can't assume that they're gonna immediately jump on the fact that they're like, ooh, I don't have to do any work. Like they just have to pick it up for me. You know what I mean? Like how do we
Yeah,
know like something like that's not gonna happen? Which I don't feel like it will, but that'd be awful to be in a group if everybody was like that. Like you could just tell that one
yeah,
person was just like, it's so
Yeah.
bad.
yeah,
Thankfully,
yeah. So I think like because we all have like different schedules and we are busy with our lives, and I think it's like if we read the email, or like let's just say that since we have like all 3 of us have each other's number, like we should like hey, heads up, like this happened. I think it's just good to kind of let our members know like what's up, or like even if like we read the email, we don't reply back, maybe we should just like hey, maybe like say okay or something, like maybe like you see the email, so everybody's like kind of like on the same page.
yeah, and I feel like if we all know each other's phone numbers, if we get on the phone call within like the 5 minutes, I feel like we should like call that person and say like maybe like they're out there, we forgot about the call, like we can have them on speakerphone next to us on
Yeah.
this call, still be in the group, and that way we wouldn't like fall behind in terms of the fact that there's only 3 of us. We theoretically have 4 of us.
Yeah.
Yeah.
For them to just like pop on and be like, hi, like I'm not able to be in the group right now, like they called me in, but like, they're gonna inform me on everything that happened, just like to make sure.
Yeah, which now I guess I have both of your guys' numbers and you guys have mine. So if you want to start like a group text or something or anything.
That's good. And then I'm trying to think what else. There's just like so much to remember that my brain is just like going back and forth, back and forth. So let's create minutes. Okay. So I feel like at the end of every video, we should go through our team roles, like, and make sure everybody has everything they're supposed to have. Like, say, like, everybody, like, as soon as we start the call, like, everybody looks at the clock and they're like, okay, this is the time, and they, like, mentally keep that in their head just in case, like, I don't know, like, you didn't notice what time it was, and then we're like, okay, like, are we gonna guess the number? And then, like, all just, like, keep each other in check, and so it doesn't feel like we are just doing one thing by ourselves. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And so
So how do we do the submission? Because I clicked on it, like where you submit your, like the times and the link and stuff.
oh my gosh, wait, what? Do you see that it pops straight up to like the graded already?
Yeah, I know. That's what I'm saying.
I think Sarah hit submit. Do you see how her comment's the only thing on the side?
Wait,
It
wait,
says
what?
start new.
Start new. Start new. Okay, yeah. So what we do here is it like will pop on and like I guess we all get to work on this as a group and you have to hit it as save
Yeah, you
draft
have
and
to
I
do it
guess
save as a draft.
will we be able to view everybody's work on there? Like will it update as it goes?
See, that's
I
the
think
thing.
so.
Like, if it's, wait, I'm assuming that if it's save as draft, we should be able to.
Hold on. I'm gonna like go in and I'm gonna put leader. What's the order that it goes? So, hold on. Sorry, guys. Group leader. Okay, I'm gonna save this. Like I just put the labels and then just like the space next to it for us to put. I'm gonna put save as draft and see if you guys can see it.
I see like 2 attempts.
I see that too. So I think go to second attempt
Yeah.
and then
it
hit
says leader. Yeah.
if you hit continue, can you see what I did?
I can see you put. Did you put like everyone's like
Yeah, the
recorder,
roll.
supervisor?
You can see that?
Yeah, I can see that.
Okay, sweet. So that's how I think we should do. But I think I will be the first person. Like Monday, I will jump on and like immediately put those on there, and then when we meet, we could theoretically like fill them out as we go, like the roles, and make sure like that way instead of like at Saturday at like 10 o'clock, I'm not like, oh my gosh, like these people haven't like nobody's filled in the gaps. Like we like
Yeah.
that'd be a good way to make sure we can like actually see everybody's filling in their spots. And then that way you can even look back and be like, did I put that stuff there yet? And then like it's just like already there. It gives us a like a layout to our work.
My stuff under the meeting or desire. So like the YouTube
Where-
link.
Another user may be working on the submissions. Okay, so it says that you're on there right now. So I guess if we don't want multiple people on there, so because you're
I know.
meeting, correct?
Yeah, I'm not on there.
So you'd go in your spot and you'd put the YouTube link. I think.
YouTube
Is
link.
that
Okay.
what you're doing at? Okay. And then like the summarizer, Sarah would go in and put her summary of the thing. Like.
All right. I got you.
Okay.
And then we would all just put our. Now, do we do our questions just like in a document? I guess.
Yeah, because I think you can browse where it says browse my computer. I think we can submit multiple documents into it. And so even when you put the document on there, like your, whatever the thing is we have to do today, the 3 questions, I think eventually at the end of it, it'll show like all 4 of our documents. We just have to remember to keep saving it as a draft because I think Sarah saved it not as a draft. That's why it says attempt 2 and not 1 attempt. You could continue on hers. You know how it says start
Yeah.
new?
I think we're gonna have to hit save as a draft.
Okay, so I'll
And then,
message.
Natasha, you'll be the one to submit it,
Mm-hmm.
right?
Yeah, I'll be the one to submit. I'm also going to be the one that submits the finalized documents. So
Mhm.
I'd probably be like the last person to go on there and submit the documents. So theoretically, we should have 5 documents on there, our questions, and then the finalized document or whatever the thing is for that week. So next week, I think we have something big as a group because that is literally our only assignment next week.
Okay.
I haven't gone and viewed it, but it says literally for next week. Hang on, let me find it. Yeah, ethics report, interim report. Oh, wait, maybe that's the week after that. Or there's something.
Next week.
Ethics report. Supervisors have asked you to form a report. I don't know. See, this is the thing. Like, do we always?
Meet.
I guess not. Is it? I guess. But we still have to meet every week, though, don't we?
Yeah, we're gonna have to meet every week. That's what she would like us to do.
Okay, so not next week, on the 20th of October is the next time I think we have an actual assignment to do again, like how we have to do the assignment together for the discussion or the description. I think next week we'll just meet and talk about our work that is due that week, I guess.
Okay.
I guess.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to like read it thoroughly, and then once we have the meeting, I would, I guess, get the gist of what we really need to work on. So
Every
by
time
the time we meet up, I should hopefully know what exactly what we to do.
I feel like I have to go back and be like, okay, this goes with this, and then wait on. Like, it's so crazy because the assignment for this week you wouldn't even see unless you read it thoroughly that you have something else to do on your own. So we had to already do like the descriptions, then we have to do it together, have the test, and then you also have to do the thing by yourself.
Yeah.
Like, I feel like we're running in circles like constantly.
Yeah, I mean that's how I feel like too, because like on the syllabus, it's very like on the syllabus it says like 3 or 4 things, and you gotta read the chapters. So you do that, but then like you click on the links, and there's like, okay, well you gotta take 2 quizzes, and you gotta do this assignment too. So it's like, okay, then I guess I really don't have like 3 things. I gotta time management a little bit more efficient to really get everything done. So I don't. I mean, I, I I like this class, but it's just like the little stuff that kind of like trips me because like, well then because I'm working too, and it's
Like
like,
you
okay, well I gotta really stretch my time for this. Yeah.
Mm.
know, and it's mentioned so vaguely. Like if you go and look at the like assignments, like the plan for the whole semester, it's so vague. Like it's like 3 things that are due, but then under each assignment, pretty much there's like
Yes.
multiple things due with it. But I actually took her class last semester. I only did it for 1 week. I dropped it at the drop period because my family was moving and stuff. So I was like, okay, like I'm gonna just take it next semester, like this specific class. And it's totally different, like completely different ball game. Even though it's the exact same professor, it's only a semester apart. There's no team stuff. It was like more of a personal business thing. Like you created stuff for your own business. So when I was reading all the stuff about team stuff, I was like, so I feel like it might even be a new thing to her. So I'm
Yeah.
just like, I feel like there's gonna be like a lot going on in one situation.
Yeah.
So do we go ahead and recap everything we've talked about for Sarah?
Yes.
I'll write it.
I also so I have a question. So I'm the recorder, and I take notes on like basically what we talk about and the main points. So for Sarah, what did you guys
Yeah,
want
you
me to
guys
like?
just
I will summarize. Do you want me like? The thing is, do you want me like? The thing is like, I will. I mean, I don't mind summarizing it, but do I let Sarah know,
Um.
and then, or I
I
just
feel
say
like
it?
that when somebody's not in there, we have to take up their role.
Mhm.
So I feel like we use this is one of the times that, because there's no way for her to be able to jump on here and summarize what we've just talked about because she hasn't even been here. So when we are in the job description, like in with the, like where we submit this, like when we put down like, see, this is what I mean, summarizer, her job is to summarize everything we've talked about, but then the recorder is the one that takes down everything, because it says summarize at various points in the meeting to ensure that everyone is on the same page, and the recorder has time to get the information written down. So pretty much, Melinda, you're writing down what Sarah talks about, but then what does Sarah submit into the like submitting place? Like, does she also put down a summary, even though that's your job to write down her job?
Yeah, I think because she wasn't in the meeting, then I forgot, but I remember reading somewhere that she's going to have to explain to explain to the professor why she wasn't able to do the assignments or something. I think I
Yeah.
don't remember.
Yeah, but
I read it too, so I think that's what maybe Sarah might have to do.
no, I'm talking like also in like general. Like, say Sarah was here right now and she was sitting here summarizing everything that's happening. You're writing it down because that in the thing it says like the recorder writes it down. And so, what would Sarah submit into the like assignment? Like, would she also write down a summary? Because you guys' jobs like overlap each other.
Yeah, I noticed that too. So I'm assuming that my job is like what everyone maybe talks about, and then maybe write the main points about it, or like, see, I don't know,
Like
but
the main
that's what I'm thinking. And then she summarized everything,
summary, and you do the
and like
bullet
the
points of
points
all.
that she summarized.
Mhm.
Yeah, so
So
theoretically, you down the whole time, and then Sarah would briefly talk about everything in a small amount, and then that's what she puts, and then you do like all the bullet points of mainly everything we've talked about. That's
I'm
how I'm getting
assuming.
it.
Yes.
So should I summarize right now so you can write down what I tell you to summarize? Like, this is just like,
I mean, you can summarize, and then I will just summarize it.
yeah, because how are you going to summarize and be the reporter at the same time? And I mean, it since she's not here, like, are you going to like? This is just no.
Yeah.
So
I mean, you should summarize it, and then I'll write it down.
okay, so I'll summarize, and then
And I'll write the
write down what. Okay, so summarize. So we talked about the fact that, see, like I don't even know how to like pinpoint everything we just talked about. We just talked about so much.
Yeah.
Okay, so we discussed how we are going to go in and take certain pieces of each description because we've gone through and noticed who had strength and weakness in certain points. Like Alex and Linda had really good descriptions, and they were personal, and they were not just a straight description of the job itself. And then me and Sarah had certain points within the description of the job that were good, and we're going to move them over together and completely like blend them together, so it's not just one person was like, okay, I'll just like add this teeny piece. Like, we want to make sure it's a fluid 4-person description of the job. And then we also talked about how we're going to balance keeping everybody in check. Like, we're going to, as team leader, I'm going to go in and write down all of our roles in the submission area of our assignment. That way we can just easily go in and notice if we've not put our work. And we've also given each other everybody's phone numbers in case that we are unable to make the video, and that way we could call one of them just for even a short period of time, or just proof that while in this video we've tried to contact the person and failed or was able to reach them. They can briefly talk in the video. And then we also went over our roles as in the landscaping architecture company and make sure we all understand properly what we have to do and how we're going to help each other, make sure nobody falls behind, and that this isn't like a one-person team. Like, we're going to make sure to keep everybody together because we our grades all are affected if somebody does not come through, and we don't want one person to just like sit by and not do anything while all of us are not like pause. This is what I'm confused about. If somebody does not do something, say the whole semester, are they just still going to get an A because we've done all their work, or will Mrs. Brown catch on to that?
I'm sure she'll catch on to that. I feel like.
That's my biggest concern because we all get affected by everybody's grade. So I'm like, if all three of us, not that I'm saying like Sarah's not going to be a part of this because she's been a part of all the other phone calls, and like generally speaking, like I just really hope that that's not how that works. Like I hope they still get some type of penalization for that.
Yeah, I'm sure.
I think so
She'll
too.
do that.
Yeah.
This was my other thing I was thinking about the other day. Since this is considered a proper business stimulator of the business world, and we're like a group, say, not, I feel bad because Sarah's just the person that's not here, but I'm just talking in general, like say one of us completely falls off the wall and like nobody's responding, like they just are like completely not doing any of the work. Are we allowed to fire them? You know what I mean? Like, how does that work? Like, do we just let somebody like be in the group that's not participating at all? Like, she never went into the fine line of like what you do when somebody's not like working within the group. I thought that'd be interesting if we were allowed to do that. I feel like that would just be because in this group in our class somewhere there is a group that there are people that are not working. You know what I mean? Like, there's no way that everybody's completely working and keeping up with each other.
Yeah.
I'm gonna message or email her about that, like wondering, not that any of us are falling behind, but just for future knowledge.
To reference,
Okay, so what else? We also discussed that we had to make sure we did not hit submit on the assignment. We have to make sure to save it as a draft, otherwise we won't be able to go in and create one piece. And we talked about the fact that there will be, at the end of this assignment, there will be 5 documents, or 4 personal assignments and questions from this group, and then the one that I will personally submit as leader, the finalized group one. I should have that done soon, and so I'm gonna go ahead and like email it to you guys, and then we can all review it. Like, you can just like comment like or message and say if it looks good or if it looks awful or something. So I'm not just gonna like go ahead and just like submit it without you guys. So that'll be like, I think the last thing we'll have to do as
the best way to reach me is through my phone, because to be honest, like email, then I would have to log into Tulsa Community College and I would have to have access to a computer, which I only have access to it when I'm at home. So like, let's just say because at 4 o'clock I'm gonna be at work, 4 to 10. Then I will be home to finish up, and then from 2 to 4, then I will be spending my time working on the assignments. But let's just say that, Natasha, you have more time on your hand and you did get things done. Then I think it's best if you just like, instead of emailing, just like, maybe just text me through my phone, so I just kind of get the gist of where we're at too, and then I will like follow up with you guys where I'm at too as well. Am I making sense?
Mm-hmm. We also should put in our summary and key points. I totally forgot. The reason we are in Team A or Team 1 is because Team 3 would not allow us to join the group. And in the business world, we have to take steps to make sure things go properly, even if that means going kind of around the system. So that's why we had to get on to Team 1's group, even though we're Team 3, but we wanted to ensure the fact that we were able to all get a recording and make sure all of our assignments were done.
Yeah.
Which I really feel like she'll care. I feel like this is kind of a good thing that we've done. Like, instead of just being like, oh well, we can't get on, like we're just not going to do anything. Like, we took the step to be like, okay, now what are we going to do? Like, how are we going to fix this problem? So.
Yeah, because we are taking initiative. We're like, okay, let's get each other's phone number. If Team 3's not working, then let's try to work around it. So we are trying to do that.
So at the top of the recording, do you want to mention that? The fact that we all tried to get on at 12, it failed. We all got onto a conference phone call, and then we got onto the
Team one.
Yeah, I'll mention that too. So I'll just mention what it took us and what we went through, because I feel like I think it's important to like let the professor know, because like we did go through some like bumps down the road, so I think it's good to mention the bumps to get us.
That we've been just like, okay, see you guys, like have fun trying to figure this all out. Like we're just not gonna have a group call. So and
and then I'll check once we stop the recording every like 20-30 minutes to see if it
to make sure that we still record this or like save this.
Make sure it's on there, and then I'll save it and upload it.
I really think we'll be able to, because like how in the like team 1, team 2, team 3 you still had that pull down bar that said recordings. So I'm really hoping that it's in case something like this were to happen. I'm just writing down your.
I'm just gonna check it, make sure whenever it comes up, I'll get it uploaded as soon as possible.
Yeah. And then I'm trying to. Sorry guys, I'm making sure I have all of your phone numbers. So this is what I'm confused about. So pretty much everything we're gonna have to do to make up for the fact that Sarah's gone. There's not much for her to have to do. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
Which I totally get it. Like I wasn't here on the call on Thursday. Like life happens. Like I totally get that. But we just have to really make sure that like none of us like start taking advantage. Not that I'm saying she's taking advantage, just in general. Like eventually say like it's middle of November. Like
we're just talking about being fair. Yeah.
We have to make sure we keep everybody in order, so we don't like drag somebody along through the semester. You know what I mean? Because I mean, everybody falls behind a little every so often. Like that's just things you have to predict in the business world. So I feel like as long as we like all know like we're all here to like help each other, not drag people along through the process.
Yeah.
Here to help make it easier for everybody.
Hopefully this will be pretty simple.
Yeah, I think it was a good meeting today, because we did, express about our concerns about the meetings, and just, like some questions about certain topics that we didn't fully understand. Like the other meeting, I was telling Alexander that, are we supposed to do the F18 template, because I saw that you had on, and like, okay, I just want to make sure that, I think it's good that we're just like checking just to make sure that we are all getting the same points. And I think that all of our job description was actually really good, and in a way it did flow really well. So I think so far we should not be too stressed. I think we're doing a good job, kind of like through the bumps. I think we're doing pretty good so far. But yes.
Descriptions are put together, I feel like we'll have like a really solid piece. Like none of our descriptions were like, this person did not put time into this. You know what I mean? Like how there could have possibly been one of us that didn't put effort into it, and then we're like, well, what do we pull over from their paper? Like, but I feel like we all put in like a good amount of time, and like you were saying, Melinda, like some people have strengths and some people have weaknesses in it, and then we'll just use everybody's strengths and then create like a really strong piece.
Yeah. Yeah, I feel a lot better about the class after this meeting.
Yeah, I do too. I was starting to get really stressed out about this whole team thing, like especially after I missed one meeting. I was like, oh my gosh, how did that happen? I'm like, I'm team leader, I can't miss a meeting. Like, and then when I couldn't get on, I was like trying to get on. I was like, this can't happen. Like, what if this happens every week? And I'm so glad we like worked together to get onto here, because can you imagine us trying to figure out all the things that we have to do for this assignment without talking to each other? We would have had like 1,000 emails.
Oh, yeah.
It's a weekend.
And it was
Saturday.
Oh, I know our assignments are in less than like 9 hours. Around like,
you want to meet next week?
So I think I'm gonna leave, because I want to get this done, and then I gotta go to work too. So I think, and then Natasha, I will email you the sites. I will cite it, and I will just send it to you right away after this. So
Okay,
I
so
want
we'll
to get
do
that taken care of. So I'm gonna, after we're done with the meeting, then I'm gonna get that taken care of, send it to you real quick, and then I will do whatever I can afterwards too.
Okay,
Yeah.
so since you will be at work, Alex, will you be able to at least view the document, the finalized one? So at least I have one person to look at it.
Yeah, I can. Yeah.
Okay. And are we still okay with meeting on Tuesday?
Okay,
Which
so
Wednesday?
Meeting organizer. Who's the meeting organizer? Alex, right?
yeah,
Tuesday is a really busy day for me.
I can do Wednesday.
We do Wednesday at
Wednesday?
noon.
Yeah,
That's perfect.
I can do Wednesday.
Noontime Wednesday, is when I decided.
See, like we have specific roles, like this is like casually about like you know what I mean? Like we have to like I feel like it'll take us a little bit to like get out of like just like grouply talking about it and like making sure everybody like is doing their specific
Yeah.
things. You know what I mean? Like, I just like we're so used to just talking as a group, like okay, like when are we meeting, and then like, but we actually have to make sure. But I feel like as long as like in the submitting place where like we put stuff, like I feel like that won't matter. I feel like us talking about it as a group is not a problem. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah, so next Wednesday at noon.
Yeah, Wednesday at
Okay.
noon. Okay.
Do you want to email Sarah about that?
Yeah.
Yeah, we
Yeah.
need to email her.
Yeah, we can email her just to let her know too.
Sounds good. Oh, and also, so would you be the person that emails Mrs. Brown because you're the meeting organizer?
Okay.
Like,
Yeah.
would
Yeah.
Alex as that?
What did we email her about? Just the whole.
Every week, somebody in the group has to email her the time that we're meeting. So would that fall under your job description, or would that
Yeah,
be
I
team?
can do that.
Okay.
Okay, so Alexander is going to email Professor then.
Yes.
And then we'll always remind you too, so you don't like. It's not like you're the only person that has to remember that, but just so we keep to our rules, and I want to make sure like we're like fulfilling them. We just like have to gritty stuff to that.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. I think we're
All
good.
right, I'm gonna stop it now.
Okay.
Okay, sounds good.
All right.